Let's, let's chant with, let's start with chanting Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Inhale deeply. Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. Morning everyone. Hari Om. We are covering chapter 7 of Bhagavad Gita, where we are talking about Jnana and Vijnana. So this Jnana Vijnana is being taught by Bhagwan himself. So Bhagwan started saying that he has 2 types of prakritis. One prakriti is that what he calls apara, little lower, and the other is para. So he said bhumirapo nalo vayu kammano buddhireva cha ahankariti yamme bhinna prakritirashthatha. So there he said like I have eightfold prakriti. Okay, eightfold, say eight faceted. All the 5 great elements, Panchamahabhutas, mind, intellect, and ahankara, ego. These are these 8 together form my eightfold lower nature. His higher nature is aparayam itistvam anyam prakriti buddhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dhadite jagat. So other than this, the higher prakriti is that which is giving life to everything, okay, which is giving sentiency, or which is giving the consciousness to everything, that is his higher prakriti. Now, etad yonini bhutani sarvani iti upadharayam sutsasna jagata prabhava pralaya sthatha, he said. So, now, these 2 prakritis, one as apara and the other is para, together are forming the source and as a cause of creation and cause of dissolution also. How the apara prakriti, the lower one, okay, it is giving the material cause for creation. And the higher prakriti, which is para prakriti, is the efficient cause of creation. But both of them are him alone, one Ishvara alone. And that Ishvara is cause for both creation, dissolution, and all of that. So then he also confirmed that in case if you have a doubt that if you have a feeling that there is something else other than God in this universe, other than this Ishvara in this universe, remove that completely because matta parakaram nasti kinyat asti dhananjaya mai sarvamidam protam sutre manigana iva, he said. So that means there's nothing else other than me in this universe. There's nothing else, there's nothing higher than me. Everything else is me alone, and it is like a and he said that he gave an example, Sutre Manigana Iva. So everything is strung by me, just like all the gems are strung in a necklace. So that means there is an invisible and visible aspect. Visible aspect is apara prakriti, all the gems. So just J looks different from Naga, Naga looks different from Hari, Hari looks different from Jalandhar, Jalandhar looks different from Venkat, like that. Right? So all of us look different. However, even though we all believe that we are separate from each other, different from each other, we don't even have touch with each other, as in like because like we're all geographically distributed and whatnot. There is the consciousness in us is connecting all, and that consciousness is invisible, just like the thread that is connecting the entire necklace is invisible, but without which there would have been bunch of beads spread all over, as opposed to they were all brought together and tied together. So in that way, consciousness is all pervading and it is everywhere, right? Now, any example, as I mentioned last week also, any example has a limitation when it is compared to Brahman. The limitation in this example is the thread and the gems are different. But whereas in case of Brahman, in case of one, he is all the gems, not one gem. He is the red gem, and he is the yellow gem, and he is the blue gem, and he is the black gem, and diamond, and whatever crystals that are there. He is all the beads. And he is the thread also. He alone is the thread. So there's nothing other than him. Now, when that has uh, explained, then he started giving examples. Now, this is a think about this. So far, this is an abstract theory. Now, how do you want to say? How do you want to bring it a little lower for us to understand? So he started giving examples from verse 8 onwards, 8 through 11. So what did he say? Rasoham apsi kaunteya prabhasmi suyoho pranavas sarva vedeshu shaptangah ke paurusham drushu. So he said that if you think about water, that waterness, okay, or that liquidity or the taste of that water is me alone. Why did he saying that essence is me? Okay, again, like he didn't stop there. He said, if you look outside, whether it is Shashi or Surya, Shashi means moon or Surya is sun. If you look at them, the light in them, okay, whether it's sunlight or moonlight, that is me. Then he said, if you look at Vedas, the essence of all Vedas is Omkara Shabda, and that Omkara Shabda is me. And if you look at the sky means space, the essence of space, actually from Tattvabodha, we study that there are different tanmatras. One of the tanmatras is called as sound, and from that sound tanmatra, the uh, space was created. Okay. So, and he is actually talking about in the same way, if not for that cause, the effect, which is space, wouldn't be there. And Paurusham Rishu. So, in among humans, whatever the humanness is, okay, that humanness is referring to Paurusham is usually translated into our local colloquial Indian languages as pride. It is not pride. Paurusham is whatever makes a Purusha is Paurusham. So Paurusham makes a Purusha. So it doesn't mean like a pride makes a man. No, here Purusha also doesn't mean a man in a male, a specific male, like as in like male gender only. So not females, not like that. Okay. And Paurusham is also not in terms of pride. So in all of these what examples, what he's saying is that there is a cause and there is an effect. Cause itself appears as effect. If you remove the cause from the effect does not exist. For example, if you take milk and you curdle it, okay, then what happens? It becomes yogurt. If the milk is so the milk has become yogurt. If the milk is removed, the cause is removed from the yogurt, then what remains? Nothing. Means the milk alone became yogurt. So the yogurt has been made yogurt with a material cause of, however, in this again, like in this particular example, the worldly examples, there'll always be limitations. Why? Because yogurt is not made up of just milk alone. It's also made with essence of the curd, which is uh, maybe a spoonful of curd or something like that. If not for that, also it wouldn't have existed. But in case of anything in this universe versus Lord, Lord alone is the material. Other than Lord, there is no other material. Okay, so that means whatever is making an object, that is God. Then we also saw that punyogantha prativyam cha tejaschasmi vibhavasaho jivanam sarvabhuteshu tapaschasmi tapasvishu. So here, what we saw is that the earth, if you look at, again, the earth also has been made from a tanmatra called gandha. So if you remove the gandha actually means the smell. Okay, then this prithvi won't exist. Similarly, tejas chasmi vibhava. So if you remove the brightness or the light aspect, then you cannot see fire. And if you remove light, then the living beings don't exist anymore. So that life in that living beings is God alone. And if you are looking at a tapasvi, he said tapasvi means one who is a meditator or one who is doing austerities. So, and if you remove the ability to do tapas, then they are not called as tapaswins anymore. Okay? Because one who is doing austerities is was called as tapasvi. If he doesn't have any austerities, we don't call him a tapasvi. We'll call him as like a human or something else, but not tapasvi anymore. So that thought process is continuing in next two shlokas. So one of you can one of you go off mute and repeat after me the shloka number 10. I'm going to break down the words. Okay. Bijam, Mam, Sarva Bhutanam. That Sarva Bhutanam is Sarva and Bhutanam. Sarva Bhutanam. Vidhi Partha Sanatanam. Buddhihi buddhim, okay, buddhi, buddhimatam asmi. That becomes buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Buddhihi buddhimatam asmi. Three words are there. Tejaha tejasvinam aham. So, teja, tejasvinam aham. Three words together becomes tejasvinam aham. Okay. So, yeah. One of you please go off mute. Okay. Okay, Hari. So, please repeat after me. Bijam mam sarva bhutanam
बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां
viddhi partha sanatanam
विद्धि पार्थ सनातनं
buddhir buddhimatam asmi
बुद्धिमहास्मि
tejas tejasvinamaham.
तेज तेजस्विनामहम्.
So here again, the thought process that he started in the two verses ago, the 8 and 9, he is continuing for two more verses. Okay? So here he's saying, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutana. So, Sarva Bhutana means what? All Bhutas. Bhutas, again, Bhutas means living beings, beings. So, in all the Bhutas, okay, now, oh, by the way, Bhutas means not necessarily living beings, any being. Okay, so I apologize. So in all Bhutas, that includes both living and non-living beings. He's saying that Lord is saying, Bijam, I am the Bijam, meaning I am the seed of all beings. Seed is the cause of all beings. So if you take a tree, it has come from a seed. If you take a human, it has come from a father's seed. However, here the this seed that he's talking about is like not individual seed, but vidhi, partha. Vidhi means understand. Okay, partha, sanatanam. So sanatanam means Sanatanam means ancient, most ancient, beginningless. Beginningless or original. So, what he's saying is that Vidhi Partha Sanatanam is I am the seed of all beings, but not just simple seed, but the original seed. So that means what? He he is the primary reason. He is the original cause for all of us. Okay? And now, well, here again, the Bhashakara clarifies that when he's talking about original cause, sometimes what happens is that if he is cause for everything in the universe, who is the cause for Brahman or who is the cause for Bhagavan? Like that question is asked. It is said, Swayam Nishkaranam means it is the causeless seed. Okay, so this seed that has been created was always there. It is not actually created because created means there was a time when it was not there. Okay, and then it has been created again. This seed is Anadi. And what is the seed that he's talking about? Is Maya. So Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutana Vidhi Partha Sanatanam means what he's saying is that I am the Maya because of which all beings are created. Not only that, Buddhihi Buddhimatam Asmi. So in the previous shloka, he said that tapasvine in tapas, sorry, in tapasvis, I am tapas, he said, right? So now he's saying that if you think that if you see an intelligent person, because not necessarily we see tapasvis is around, right? So, but on the other hand, we see intelligent people. And if you see any intelligent person, okay, and sometimes what happens is that we don't think, when we don't get to see any intelligent people, but we know that we are the most intelligent person being in this world. My, we're all, okay, so there are no women today. So, what is the thing? We say, oh, okay, what does my wife know? I know best. Okay. Or what does my dad know? Okay, he's from different generation. I know best. What does my son know? He's not there yet. I am the best. What does my colleagues know? They have no clue. So, in whichever angle you look at, if you think that you are smart, if you think that you are intelligent, yes, that everybody, all of us think, okay, if that is the case, understand that the wiseness that you think that you have, or that wisdom or that intellect that you have, is none other than the Lord alone. So, buddhihi buddhimatam asmi. If you are, if I'm a little bit humble, and if I see an intelligent person ahead of me, I'm seeing Bhagwan. Why? Because that intelligence in that intelligent person is Bhagwan alone. So I'm seeing Bhagwan. If I don't think that people around me are smart, and I believe that I am smart, yes, I'm still feeling that uh, Bhagwan in me. Okay, so this is an example by which you can definitely guaranteely see Bhagwan, no matter what your opinions are. Okay, so Tejaha Tejasvinam Aham. So here, if you see any person is brilliant, okay, Tejasvi means brilliance. Okay, so Tejas means shining, right? So that shining means, okay, when do you think that a person is shining? Is that because there is a light in front of him or behind him or anything like that? No. Okay. No, rather, you think that a person is Tejasvi if you think that he is brilliant. And that brilliance we are referring to is, again, his mind or his capabilities or his thoughtfulness, etc. Right? So all of that brilliance is Bhagwan alone. So if you see a Tejasvi, the Tejas is Brahman. And this person is, the essential nature of this person is that brilliance, and as a result, this person is also Brahman. So in last session, I think what we did was that we had a little bit of an exercise, right? In all of this, we said there's a what and why and therefore. So question is what means, what is the object that we are referring to, and why is that object an object, and therefore, okay, coming to a conclusion. So here, now today, if we look at this, Tejaha, Tejasvinam. What are you referring to? What is God referring to here in this example? A Tejasvi is referred. A brilliant person is referred. That is what? Why? Why is this person brilliant? Because of brilliance in him. Therefore, and what did God say again? That brilliance is God. So that means God is brilliance, and this brilliant person is brilliant because of brilliance. So this person is brilliant. So it can be operated buddhihi buddhimatam asmi, the intelligent person. It can be said as for bijam mam sarva bhutanam also. Okay, he is the cause of everything. So I am there because of my cause. As in, like, I can I can relatively think that I am there because of my father's seed, and that seed is Brahman. As a result, I am Brahman. Or I am there because of the original cause, Sanatanam, right? The original cause, and that cause is Brahman, and because of that, I am Brahman. So here, from each of these examples that he's showing us, with everything that I see around people, that is, the Brahman Tattvam is being shown. So we can, any questions so far? Okay. So let's go to verse number 11 now. Balam, balavatam. Chaham is actually cha and aham. Chaham is cha and aham. Two words are there in that, even it's simple. It looks like a two-syllable word. Kama raga vivarjitam. So that has got three words. Kama, raga, and vivarjitam. Dharma viruddho. That has got two words again. Dharma and aviruddha. Dharma viruddho. Bhuteshu kamosmi. It has got kamaha and asmi. Bharatarshabha. Bharatarshabha is one word. Okay. So someone go off mute and repeat after me.
Okay.
Balam balavatam chaham.
Balam balam
Kamaraga vivarjitam.
Okay, sorry. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam.
Okay,
I'll
sorry for confusion. Okay, so let Jalandharji do Naga, this shloka. So let us start again. Go ahead, Jalandharji. Balam balavatam chaham.
Balam balavatam chaham
Kamaraga vivarjitam.
kamaraga vivarjitam
Dharma viruddho bhuteshu.
dharma viruddho bhuteshu
Kamosmi bharatarshabha.
kamosmi bharatarshabha.
So here he said that balam, balavatam cha aham. So if you see a balwan, typically as soon as you say balwan, okay, the word itself, what does it feel like? Okay, so there is a kind of like a muscular man like that. Okay, but balam is ability to perform an action is balam. So now, so that inner force that one has that is expressed through action is called as balam. But here, in this particular case, Bhagwan has given what do you call it, a disclaimer. Okay, what kind of balam? Oh, kama raga vivarjitam, which is devoid of. Vivarjita means, varjita means dropping. Vivarjita means completely dropping. What is it? Or like completely devoid of kama and raga. Kama is, we say that usually kama means desire and raga means attachment. So, but he's called as kama and raga back to back right next to it. So what's the difference between kama and raga? So the difference between kama and raga is subtle. From a actual or Hindu scriptures perspective, which says whatever an object that is in my proximity, so that is the visible one. What if something is in front of me and I want it, that is kama. When it is not there and I am thinking about it and wanting it, then that is raga. So if you go to a restaurant, and there's a buffet. Okay, then you are thinking, first I'm going to go to that particular corner, but like, that I assume that there's not too much rush and there are like 100 dishes are there. Then you're thinking, you're making a plan. There are 100 dishes. I cannot eat 100. maybe I can eat 20 dishes at the most. So I should go there first. That is something that I want to eat. I'm missing it for a long time. That soup. I want that soup. Or that particular sabzi, I really love it. Okay. I was asking someone, like my wife, to make it. She hasn't made it for a while. I need to go get it. So all of this is kama. So yeah, in Sanskritam it says Sannikrishta Vishayam Apeksha Prakritim Hetu Karma. So a karma that is performed, okay, uh, uh, and so what is happening is not, sorry, it is not performed. A karma, it is becoming a cause for a karma. What is it? There is an object near me in my vision, and I'm going to perform an action because of the presence of that object. Okay, because of my liking for that object. So Vishaya Apeksha means wanting an object. Sannikrishta Vishaya, Sannikrishta means whatever is proximate. So in my presence, so an object that is near me, and I want that, and for that reason I'm going to perform some karma. So that is kama. What about raga? Aprapta Vishaya Asha Prakriti Hetu Karma. So that means that object is not available, but there is a desire for it in my mind, and I'm thinking about it, and I want to do something to get that. So I went here, going through the previous example. So I went to the Indian restaurant, and these 60 or 70 dishes are there in Indian restaurant, but my mind is not on eating Indian food today, and I really, really want to eat pizza. So despite all of these are there, in my mind, I'm only thinking about pizza. Maybe deep dish pizza, maybe New York style pizza, whatever that is. Okay, so you can have your own imagination based on what you like, right? And you're thinking about that, and you want to eat that. So that is raga. So that is it. And for that, what are you likely to do? You're going to make two decisions. Probably, you could make different types of decisions. One is that, okay, my next meal is going to be pizza. Could be a decision, or you may decide, you know what, let's get up, guys, everyone, let's get up. So we are going to go to the Pizza Hut, or butter cheese, or Olive Garden, whatever. Okay, so that is raga. So now what he's saying is, we talked about kama and raga too much. Okay, but kama, raga, vivarjitam. So any action that is performed without kama and raga. So the strength that I have to perform any action without kama and raga. What are the ones that I want to perform because of after dropping kama and raga are nitya karmas, okay, are niyata karmas, meaning my duties are the ones that I have to do even if I don't have a desire, kama or raga for those. So those duties, either my daily duties, right, or meaning nitya karma, periodic duties, or occasional duties, meaning they are not defined, but whenever they come, I have to perform those duties. So those duty performance, for me to perform the duty, I need to have some inner force, inner strength. And Lord is that inner strength, which, because of which I am able to perform my actions that are free of kama and raga. So without him, I cannot perform any of my duties. And am I performing my duties or not? Maybe I'm not performing 100%, but I'm performing 80% at least. Okay. So that ability within me to perform my duties is God alone. And we all have to perform our duty. So there is God, there is presence of God we can experience in through this example. Okay, so what did he say? Balam balavatam cha aham kamaraga vivarchitam. Then what did he say? Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kama asmi bharatarshava. So here, dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kama asmi bharatarshava. Now, in the previous example, what happened is actually, let's first understand this and then we can contrast the difference between the previous and this example. Dharma means what? Our moral compass. Okay? Our whatever we this moral compass that we have in terms of what we can do, what we shouldn't do. Okay, how should we think? How should we not think? All of that is encoded in dharma. How we behave in this society is encoded in dharma. In this society means not just in the presence of other people, even when there are no other people. So how you behave. Now, dharma aviruddha, so not opposed to dharma. Not opposed to dharma means one that is aligned with the dharma is dharma aviruddha. Bhuteshu. Okay. So kamaha. Kamaha again we just said what kama is. Performing something out of desire of trying to get something that is available. So I am that kama I am the desire in beings which is not opposed to dharma. That is the essential meaning. So there bala, here it is kama. And Bharatarshabha means one who belongs to dynasty of Bharata. So Bharatarshabha, what? The two words, Bharata and Rushabha. Rushabha means bull. A bull of Bharata, Bharata's dynasty, that's what it is. Bull of Bharata's dynasty. So usually in our Sanskrit literature, whenever someone is glorified, a human being is glorified, they are glorified with respect to a glorified animal. So in animal kingdom, we glorify three animals. One is a lion, Simha. Then Vyagra. Vyagra means tiger. And the third is bull. Simha and Vyagra, meaning the lion and tiger, are clear. We understand that. Now, as far as bull is centerpiece in our agricultural society, because we were agricultural societies, all of us, I mean, like all over the world, were agriculture-based societies until the Industrial Revolution has come, right? So, in that society, what is it? This bull is centerpiece because it eats whatever we reject. It's like you eat a banana, you throw the banana peel, and the bull eats that. And it serves the entire community. Whether it is stealing the land or whatever, it serves, right? Or whether like in the past, we used to have bullock carts, right? So like that, it serves the entire community and even its waste, right? It's the cow dung is also used to as a fuel for our cooking back in the day. So it was supported, right? Because of which its total commitment for the benefit of the society, Rushabha or bull is also considered as an excellent animal. So here Bharata Rushabha means a bull among Bharata's dynasty. So that means that you are committed to serve the society. That is Bharata. Now, yeah, so now going back to the shloka, there are two examples in this. First example is Balavatam, Balam Balavatam Chaham, Kamaraga Vibhajitam. Second example is Dharma Viruddha Bhuteshu Kamosme Bharatarshapa. The first example is referring to Nivritti Marga, and the second example is referring to Pravritti Marga. What is Nivritti Marga and Pravritti Marga? Pravritti means, Vritti means thought, or Vrittis are some kind of a thoughts that are coming in us, and usually many of those thoughts are asking us to go out into the world and either to experience something, and for us to experience something, we have to do something. Sometimes we have to earn also. Okay, so Artha, Kama. Okay? So that means there's a desire. To fulfill a desire, I have to find a means to fulfill that desire. So now, what it is saying, Dharma Aviruddha. So if you are following Dharma and to get to your Kama, so then you have to fulfill your desire through what? So through your means. So Artha is usually translated to money, but it is a wealth or money. It is a means to experience something. That's what Artha is. So if you have like $100 bill, why do you love this $100 bill? That $100 bill is useless on its own. Okay, you cannot eat, you cannot drink, and in fact, like if you handle currency, it is a good thing to wash your hands with soap or something. Sanitize your hands simply because, not because that is sinful or something, but because you don't know who all touched and where all the currency was there. But why that $100 bill is useful for us is because it is helping to fulfill something that we want. Okay, so maybe it helps. Maybe you used it to buy some groceries. Maybe you used it to buy your lottery ticket, or whatever you used it for, good use or bad use. You used it to experience some, exhaust some karma. So dharma. Okay, so you want to fulfill your karma. So to fulfill that karma, you are do some artha, but that karma should be aligned with dharma. So dharma, artha, and kama, all these three are covered. So this pravriti marga is what it is saying is going in the outside world to fulfill fulfillment of my desires. Right? So if you want to follow Pravritti Marga, understand that desire in you, that any dharma-based desires in you are me. Now, Kama Raga Vivarjitam, he said, right? If you don't have Kama, what are you doing? You're performing your duties. And what is your ultimate duty? What is the final ultimate duty? Is moksha, to get moksha. Okay? And for you to get to that moksha, you need some inner strength. That inner strength is what? How does it express as that inner strength? As Shravana, as Manana, as Nididhyasana. So, as building our sadhana chatusha sampatnatvam. What is that? Viveka, Vairagya, then Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Shama, Dama, Uparama, Titiksha, Shraddha, Samadhana, and then what the final one? Mukshutvam. So all of those sadhana chatusha sampannatvam, shravana, manana, nididhyasana, all of them is God alone. So if you want to go to nivritti, why we say nivritti? Vrittis are taking us to outside world. So if you're following the vrittis, you're increasing those vrittis. That is what paravritti marga, the path of going through those vrittis and following those vrittis. Nivritti marga, what is it doing? No vrittis. Cut down the vrittis and get to the liberation. So you are dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So you're bypassing this and you're going all the way from dharma to moksha. So if you want to do that, yes, that balam, that strength, that inner strength is Bhagavan. But if you want to stay in this world, enjoying this arthakama, as long as it's following dharma, that is also given by Bhagavan alone. That kama is also Bhagavan. So this is a meaning of this shloka. So I pause here to see if you have any questions.
Is moksha vritti? Is moksha what is it? A duty?
Moksha is not a duty, but how do you get to moksha is through karma yoga. So karma yoga is a prerequisite to get to moksha, right? So that's what like we were studying all along is you first perform karma and not karma, karma yoga. As you are performing karma yoga, chitta shuddhi will happen. When the chitta shuddhi happens, you get moksha. Then jnana is given, and then the jnana will liberate us. What? So, for example, if I ask you a question, what is Tattvamasi mean? Okay, what is Aham Brahmasmi mean?
I am Brahman.
So, so do you understand that what I is and what Brahman is?
They are not different.
They're not different. And you, so that means that you are Brahman, you understand that, right? And
Literally, yeah.
okay, I also understand. I am Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. Pretty much everyone in our group who are sitting, who are in this session, understand that we are all Brahman. Which one of us in this group have experienced that I am Brahman?
No one.
Anyone go off mute and say, yes, I have experienced Brahman. I am Brahman.
I have not.
Okay. So, no. Then, even after knowing this, that I am Brahman, what is the cause for me to not to experience Brahman in me? Is impurity of mind.
Basically, the kama and raga in each one of us.
Yes. So that impurity in mind, how do we get rid of that impurity in mind? Is through getting rid of this kama and raga. How do we get rid of this kama and raga? Is by performing only those things that are need to be done and not worry, without worrying about kama and raga, and not performing anything based upon either kama or raga. Then what happens? I mean, like, what kind of actions are you doing? Doing karma yoga alone. Perform only duties only. Whatever is needed, that's all you're doing. You are not doing something because you like it. You are not avoiding something because you dislike it. Rather, you're doing something because you need to do it, and you are not doing something because you don't need to do it. Okay? So your duties that you need to do, you're doing it. Your duty, if it is not your duty, you are not doing it. That's all. Okay? So that when you have that, what is happening, this kama and raga, or what is happening to kama and raga, they're slowly getting exhausted. Why are they getting exhausted? Because in performance of all this karma yoga, you're not really looking for a result. You are just doing it just because you are doing, you need to do. So as a result, new vasanas are not building in, and in performance of these duties alone, the previous kama and raga, etc., all of those vasanas are slowly getting exhausted. So that is how chitta shuddhi is coming. When the chitta shuddhi is coming, okay, the people, then when the chitta shuddhi is 100%, The moment someone tells you that you are Brahman, you understand that you are Brahman, and in that understanding that you are Brahman, you actually realize it completely. And once we realize that I'm completely Brahman, then we are done. So far, like based on this, the blockage is Chitta Shuddhi, and Chitta Shuddhi can be removed through Karma Yoga, and to perform any performance of action, okay, is the duties alone. Okay, to perform those duties with our strength, with our inner strength, and initially what you have to do, take care of this, take care of that, etc. And when the mind, when the situation is ready, all those responsibilities will go away. God is going to remove those daily responsibilities that you have to do. And then you will get a new set of responsibilities. First set of responsibilities would be take care of your family, take care of your work, take care of your business, whatnot. Then, when the mind is ready, okay, when there is enough Chitta Shuddhi, Bhagavan himself is going to remove those set of responsibilities, and then he gives new set of responsibilities. What are those? Do Shravanano, do Mananano, do Nidhyasanano. Okay? So this performance of action was described in chapter 3. And as we are performing, as we are doing this purification process, then we will come to a point where we are getting little bit of knowledge. Okay, so this is not the final knowledge, but little bit of knowledge, because of which we are able to remove ahankara, like me, okay, the concept of I, from performing this action. So that is called as karma tyaga. So first is karma phala tyaga, then karma tyaga. So that means that I am not the doer. Thought is coming, right? So when you're getting that I am not the doer, this is being performed by Bhagavan, then the path that you take, whether you are in Grihastha or whether you're in Sannyasa ashrama, it doesn't matter. The path that you follow at that time through Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana is explained in chapter 5. Okay? Then we eventually come to this 100% Nididhyasana, and that Nididhyasana is explained in chapter 6. So, again, coming back to your question, right? Everything starts from Chitta Shuddhi. So that's why that is Pravritti Marga and this is Nivritti Marga. Does it help, Naga?
Yes, but I have further questions on this.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Bhuteshu dharma viruddha kamaha asmi. So what we are saying is any duty-based kama
Bhuteshu dharma viruddha kama.
and not dharma shastra viruddha.
So dharma aviruddha. So here bhuteshu dharma it is not necessarily duties. No, here in the duties are indicated only in the first line, not in the second line. Second line
So
is desires. Yes.
okay, this kama, right? Dharma so Bhagavan is saying, I am the kama in you, which is not dharma shastra viruddha.
Yes. So that means So yes,
So
exactly.
I need to feed myself.
Mhm.
That is kama. So I need to eat.
That is more like first line.
Okay, then what is this kama?
You want to go to a movie,
Ah.
you don't need to, right? But that is a desire. So that is not a need. So it is not dharma viruddha. So yes, go ahead. Okay. But you want to, you saw that Hari is carrying recklessly. I mean, like maybe like $10,000, and he put the bag aside, that $10,000 thing aside, and you want money, and Hari is not noticing. And if you're going to take, there is a desire that I want that $10,000. So, however, taking the $10,000 like that is dharma viruddha. It is opposed to dharma. So, that is not right. That kama is not right. Okay, so stealing is not according to dharma. So that kama, like I want the $10,000, is not this thing. Okay, but on the other hand, like let's say you want to go to Disney World and spend a lot of money. So I want to go to Disney World and I'm going to spend $10,000 on Disney. So I need to make $10,000. So I am going to work so hard. Okay, so maybe like you take a side hustle or whatever, and earn $10,000 to fulfill this desire. This is not line one, this is second line. Dharma viruddha bhuteshu kama.
So I think the fundamental question that I was going for is why this creation? Why create all of this,
Mhm.
and then give you desire or karma,
Mhm.
and then judge on what you do with it?
So you look at this world either in terms of from a paramarthika view or vyavaharika view. Basically you look at it from a transcendental reality or immanent reality. Immanent meaning like assuming that the world is real or world is unreal. If you see that world is unreal, then you don't have to worry about dharma and adharma, nothing like that. Okay, so there's no duality. So there's no dharma, there's no adharma. There's one alone, Brahman alone, and you're done. But if you see the duality in this world, what happens? Okay, then there's good and bad, all of those are there, and then you have to follow these rules. Now, why do you have to follow these rules? Is simply because in this world, in this Maya world, it is exhaustion of your vasanas. Okay. Exhaustion of your vasanas, it is not like good and bad. Okay. So there is no such thing as good and bad. Rather, it is whatever action you perform, you will get a appropriate result from that action. If you consider that you have performed good action, you will get good result. Okay, similar action, similar result. Okay, so whether you want to call it as good or bad is up to you. So now, if you are saying that I want to perform whatever I want to, however I want good result, that is not valid. So in this particular case, Bhagavan is saying, I am that kama in beings which is not opposed to dharma. Again, like see, when we talk about does animals have dharma aviruddha kama? No. Okay, because animals, say for example, if you take uh, a lion, even if a lion is old, it is never going to eat vegetarian food. Okay, it is never going to eat grass. Similarly, a cow is never going to eat a meat, okay, when they are left on their own in Prakriti as they are. So neither the lion, when it is killing another animal, it is not dharma, it is not dharma viruddha. Whereas when it comes to human beings alone, this dharma and adharma comes. Why? Because we have intellect. Because we have intellect, what are we doing? We are separating. I mean, like we have the ability to choose right and what is not right. And here we are as long as we choose to do the right thing, again there is no issue. However, we occasionally and sometimes more than occasionally we choose to go with wrong way, and that is what that is very unique to human beings alone. And Bhagavan is saying that don't do that. So that's a slight indication here. Don't do that because that is going to get you more into Maya. And if you look at Purusharthas, right? For humankind, what are those? They start with Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. So ideally, what the goal of human life is to get moksha, the final peace. However, I do have some intermediate desires, okay, that I want to fulfill, that we are calling as kama, and in which case they follow dharma and go to artha, fulfill your kamas using artha. So dharma, artha, kama, and you finally come to moksha. But don't ever forget that your final goal is to liberation. So I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, I understood what you explained. I mean, some of it. But why creation?
Why creation? Okay. Why creation? Creation is something that the theory of creation says that from pure Vedanta perspective, there is no creation.
Right.
There is never a creation. So, period. Okay, as simple as that. There's never a
Well,
creation.
I mean, we are in duality. We are living in duality.
So when we are
I
in
see you, you
duality,
see me.
yes. So
Then
when we are, so when we see, okay. So then when we see this, then there's a explanation that there are something called anadi vasanas are there. Anadi maya is there. Maya is anadi, and these vasanas are anadi, and jivas are also anadi. So maya, vasanas, jivas, they're all anadi. They're all considered anadi, not because they are beginningless. Rather, there was no one who could actually observe them. Because once the creation has happened, once those vasanas have come into forth, that is when the observation was possible. But these were there before observability was there. So that is why this jiva and maya and these vasanas, they are considered as anadi. Now, from a Puranic literature, what we say is that from Puranic literature, or even in this one, right? What we say is this: there is no such thing as creation either. These vasanas, jivas, maya, they are coming into manifestation and going into unmanifest state. So when they're coming into manifest state, it is called as creation. And when they're going into unmanifest state, we are calling it as pralaya or dissolution. But the word creation and the word destruction, both of them are misnomers. Because in fact, he says, Bhagavan says, Srujami. Okay, Srujami, actually, right in this chapter alone, in one of the earlier shlokas, using Prakriti, I project. That's what he says. So, Srujami means it's actually projection, not creation. Because projecting means like whatever was in unmanifest, it is bringing into manifest. So from a duality perspective, there's no such thing as time. So time is just a concept that we have created, and because of that, we are looking at what is the cause, what is the effect, what is the cause, what is the effect, like that. But here, what it is saying is that our mind is being slowly shifted to saying that effect alone is nothing but cause alone. That cause in turn was an effect which was not cause of something else. That is an effect of something else. Like that, if you keep going, keep going, keep going, anything that you see in this world comes to a perfect circle. And anything that all of this circle from projection perspectives, but like, I am the cause of everything means he is the projector of this entire circle at the same time. So if you see a zero, a perfect zero, or even a not a perfect zero, right? Okay, if you see any zero, if you ask what is its starting point, you can never say. But you can always say that compared to a particular point, there's a previous point and there's a subsequent point. Okay, so past and future are like that. As a result, what you are saying is that creation, when it happened, the next level, one level down from Vedanta, the next level says that this creation has got no beginning, no end, and it is like beginning of your dream. In your dream, you see yourself. Do you see yourself being born in your dream? Have you ever seen like a, I mean, it is possible, but majority of the times, did you see yourself being taking birth in your dream? Yes or no?
No.
No. So what happened? So why is it that like when in the, do you remember like your beginning of your dream? Okay. So with respect to your dream, you are anadi. You are beginningless. Everybody in the dream are also beginningless. So in case if I appear to be in your dream, let us say, so where did I come from? How did I come from? No, nothing. All it happened is that, okay, you went into you came from office to your home and you saw me in your front room. So what happened? Suddenly, there's a manifestation of something that is unmanifest. Okay, so suddenly I was projected there. Suddenly, your spouse, your children, your parents, your colleagues, etc., they are projected and unprojected. That's all it is happening. So for none of which there is a beginning, none of which there is an end. Unless you are violently shaken and you are woken up when you are in the middle of the dream, do you know how your dream ended? Okay. Neither did we, none of us have experienced the beginning of the dream or end of the dream. So what is, where the end is also not defined, beginning is also not defined for a dream, is true for our waking state also. From this world that I see, yes, I see that Naga is different from me, Jalandhar ji is different from me, Pavan is different from me, like that I am seeing all of those differences. When I get to the realization state of realization, I understand that Aham Brahmasmi, which is everything with me alone, and there's oneness alone. Just like when you wake up from your sleep, if you have seen me in your dream, was it really me or your projection of me? Because I wouldn't have come all the way from here to your home and while you are sleeping in the bed, getting into your sleep, right? And getting into your dream. That I did not do. Okay. No matter who is in your dreams or who was in your dreams last night, none of us actually have come driven or walked into your dream. So what was that? Okay. Who is that Hari in your dream? Is it Hari, the real life waking Hari, or your projection?
Projection.
That is your own mental projection. So that Hari, so it is, see, like if you see the whole dream world, you're also there, and Hari is also there, Venkat is also there, and there's a difference between Hari and Venkat and you. So you saw like yourself in the dream and you think that this is me and that is Hari, that is Venkat. So that kind of like a differentiation is there, yes? But now, when you wake up, what happened to Hari and Venkat of your dream?
Dissolved.
They dissolve into where?
into my dream.
They dissolve into yourself.
Yourself. Okay.
They
Yeah.
are your projection and dissolve into you again. So this is the mechanism that we see in our waking state. So because of that, yes, you see me, you see Hari, okay, all of us, and we are differentiating. And this Aham Brahmasmi, we are theoretically understanding, but we are not experiencing. But when the Chitta Shuddhi happens, that we are going to experience. Until then, the duality is there. And as long as you experience duality, it appears that there is a creation, it appears that there is going to be a dissolution.
That helps. Thank you.
So we'll conclude. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ